Well, Kaapo Kähkönen is an Av. Let's talk about it. After a disastrous first game of the season for the Avs goalies, the Avs have immediately done something about it. Personally, I don't know how much of a difference this move is actually going to make, but Kaapo Kähkönen is now in the organization, claimed off of waivers from the Winnipeg Jets. Kähkönen has an .899 save percentage with a 3.33 goals against average across his 139 game career so far. To be fair, nearly half of that has come with a very, very bad San Jose Sharks team, so some of those numbers might be deceiving. At 6'2", 217 pounds, Kähkönen is on the slightly bigger side, but is not a giant goaltender, and it is often the case with so many players the Avs end up acquiring. There were rumors in previous seasons that the Avs had interest in him. Currently on a cap hit of $1 million for just this year, his cap really shouldn't be a big talking point for the Avs. Now that they're in season and using LTIR space, the LTIR is fine. They do have a tight roster, though. It's not super realistic that the Avs can carry 3 goaltenders, certainly not for an extended period of time, as they're running already 8 defensemen and just 12 forwards. So running 3 goaltenders puts them at the maximum roster you can have. If they need to do some forward shenanigans, one of those goalies is probably going to have to go. As far as Kähkönen himself is concerned, he's never really been a starter in the NHL. He played enough in San Jose to call him a tandem guy, but again, his numbers were brutal in San Jose, which, as mentioned, is probably at least partly because of the situation he was in. San Jose was horrible defensively the last few years. What's more concerning is his numbers have been on a downward trend any season he plays over 20 games. That includes 2 years with Minnesota. One of those, a .910, is decent. It's a guy you can get behind. The other, however, is a .902, still floating right around that 900 mark, which I think is safe to say is probably not good enough. His numbers are booned by a handful of very short season, 11 games or less, with a very high save percentage. To me, this move feels less like a real solution to the goaltending position and more of an immediate band-aid move to be made after a disastrous Game 1. That isn't to say Kähkönen can't be effective for Colorado, but it is to say I don't think he realistically can be their long-term starter. Alright, I'm still sick and going back to bed.